This comment inspired today's video. When I read it, it genuinely stopped me for a second. The idea that so many people believe the shape I'm in can only be achieved with a lot of money. And it made me think, is that actually true? Does it really cost a fortune? Or do we just believe it does? Is a healthy lifestyle unreachable? Or are we just looking for the solution in the wrong place? Is being in great shape a luxury? Or do we simply misunderstand what actually costs a lot? Is quality food expensive? Or is it junk food, impulse eating, and constant snacking that really drains you? Can you not change without time and money? Or do the simplest movements create the biggest results? The reality is a lot more surprising than most people believe. In fact, in many cases, it's the exact opposite. And still, so many people carry this picture in their head that changing your lifestyle is expensive, unreachable, a luxury. Today, we are going to fix that fast. Before we jump in, I have to say this. I consider myself a kind person. I help where I can, and that often means I'm honest, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it stings. This part is going to be one of those. Most people are mentally extremely weak, especially when it comes to willpower. I'm not saying that to insult anyone, I'm saying it from experience. Psychologically, this is a well-known phenomenon. When someone is faced with the fact that they should change, the brain automatically switches into self-defense mode. It doesn't start looking for solutions, it starts looking for comfort. It produces excuses, arguments that remove responsibility. That's why you hear the same lines over and over. It's too expensive. I don't have time. I could never do that. It's easier for others. I'm in a really intense season right now. I've heard it 1,000 times, and meanwhile the eyes say something completely different. That body you have is too much for me. Okay, then build half of it or a quarter of it, but they don't even start. These are psychological escape routes. The ego protects the current state because change comes with uncertainty, and the brain experiences uncertainty as a threat. The biggest mistake isn't that someone doesn't know what they should do. The biggest mistake is that their attention is not on the solution. It's on how to justify themselves why they don't have to move. And as long as that stays the same, everything will feel expensive, unreachable, impossible, not because it is, because it's more comfortable that way. So let's look at reality. Training, time and energy. This is where everything falls apart right at the start. Most people believe training only matters if it's long, complicated, equipment heavy, and brutally exhausting. So they don't even begin because in their head it's a massive project. But especially in the beginning, your body doesn't need a perfect plan. It needs a system. You can build insanely serious results with 3, maximum 4 sessions a week. And I will add this. I train 4 times a week myself, 1 to 1.5 hours per session. And now listen, if you train 4 times a week for 90 minutes, that's 6 hours a week. 6 hours out of 168. That's about 3.5% of your week. That's it. That's the time we are talking about. And still, most people talk about it like it would take half their life. Why they easily drain that same 3.5% on Netflix, TikTok, scrolling, Facebook, wandering around, mindless phone use, pointless conversations, or just lying there trying to recover from mental fatigue. They are not physically tired, they are mentally tired, and they confuse the two. They think they are resting, but they are just falling apart even more. And today, there's no barrier on the information side either. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to get in the car. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to deal with driving, parking, extra time. If it really matters to you, you can train at home with your own body weight and build a very high level physique. I already broke this down completely in a previous video, why I can't go to the gym is an excuse. I will link it because it's classic. And if someone still wants to go to the gym, it doesn't mean they have to go to the most expensive place. I've trained everywhere. Cheap gyms, expensive gyms, trendy gyms, rundown gyms. You can train effectively in all of them. Your results are not a function of the gym. They are a function of your consistency. If you have no money, you can do it at home. If you do have money, the luxury gym still won't get you in shape. Showing up week after week will. And the funny twist, the most average bodies are often in the luxury gyms. That's why I don't like those places. For me, it's a complete alibi, and the environment doesn't motivate me at all. And by the way, that's exactly why I created my app at an affordable price, because I intentionally thought about the people who can't easily afford this. I came from a poor family. I know exactly what it feels like when, in the beginning, you don't have money, you only have intention. But intention, when it's guided well, is worth more than any fancy setup. Here's my own example. When I moved to Miami, I worked 2 full-time jobs plus 1 part-time job at the same time. Miami is freaking expensive. Building the app was expensive, and bringing an early Hungarian income into this environment basically meant it was worth nothing. During the day, I coached. In every break, I worked on the app, and at night I worked in a club as a graphic designer Thursday to Sunday, 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. I never missed a single session. So the big mistake here is not lack of time. The big mistake is that you don't have conscious time management. You don't have priorities. People don't ask themselves what matters. They ask themselves what's comfortable. And that's how they enter a downward spiral. The less you use your body, the weaker you get. The weaker you are, the harder it becomes to stand up. The harder it is to stand up, the more you justify to yourself that you can't do it. And the loop closes. Training isn't a luxury problem. It's an awareness problem. It's a priority problem. So the first step is dropping your ego and admitting that. Let's move on. Nutrition, attention, and money. Here comes the biggest self-deception. Most people label healthy eating as expensive while quietly slipping into a destructive eating routine. Junk food, fast food, snacking, energy drinks, cigarettes, vapes. These things calm you down short term, give you quick pleasure, but long term they are unbelievably expensive. Just not right now, but later. The problem is that these foods don't create real fullness biologically. They digest fast, have low nutrient density, and they don't properly activate the mechanisms that regulate satiety. That's why if I eat 6 cheeseburgers at a fast food place, an hour later I'm hungry again. Not because I didn't eat enough, because my body didn't get real building material. In contrast, whole foods have more volume, they fill you up better, and they keep you full longer. You can eat more of them and still come out ahead. Keep them simple. Eat eggs, rice, potatoes, oats, legumes, chicken, ground meat, frozen vegetables. These aren't luxury foods. These are foods with far better value than constant quick fixes. And yes, it's true that healthy eating has levels. You can do it in a premium way, but the level you need to build and maintain an aesthetic, strong physique is not more expensive than what people are already spending impulsively. Junk food doesn't just lead to your worse physique. Long term, it leads to you spending your entire paycheck on medications, treatments, doctors. High blood pressure, insulin resistance, joint issues, chronic fatigue, they all come with a bill, just later. In contrast, training and conscious eating are always an investment, the best kind of investment. You stay fresh longer, you stay youthful longer. Guys, I just started working with a 14-year-old girl. We are improving her posture and she asked me how old I am. I told her 36. She was shocked. She said, I look 27 or 28, like most people say. And fine, even if you think I look 30, I don't care. That's still at least 6 years younger, and the contrast will only get bigger. You will see. You are more energetic, you have better capacity, you can stay present in your relationship, in your partnership, with your family, with your kids, and an insane amount of people leave that out of the equation, which I don't understand because I don't think that's a small detail. People don't think long term. They don't ask what's sustainable 10 or 20 years from now. They only look at comfort right now, quick pleasure, easy choices. That is the mistake. I've also had periods in my life when I wasn't doing well financially at all. And still, I didn't just maintain this physique. Over 20 years, I kept building it to a higher level, with decisions, with priorities, with awareness. And one more thing, just because many people do something, it doesn't mean it's the right direction. The heart is not a strategy. Conscious eating is not a trend. It's responsibility, foresight, and long-term thinking. And by the end of this video, I think you can feel that with a different mindset and approach, this whole lifestyle thing is absolutely solvable. The information is right here in black and white. It's not magic, it's not a secret, it's a few conscious decisions. Yes, in the beginning there are uncomfortable steps. Yes, you have to step out of your comfort zone. And that's exactly why I created the Find the Form app. Because I want to help where it actually matters. For me, this isn't a side project. This is my passion, my calling, my everything. And if you understand the weight of those words, then imagine that mindset built into the design of the app. Everything is structured so you can develop as effectively, as quickly, and as safely as possible. Inside the app, you will find multi-week structured programs, daily workouts, hybrid training, separate women's and men's programs, focused workouts, fat-burning blocks, and challenges. There is a nutrition guide video series where I teach you the fundamentals of dieting step by step, not with strict rules, but with clear logic. Alongside that, there is a recipe collection with close to 40 recipes, exact macros, flexible variations, modern meals, great flavors, and more people are using them. And I didn't leave out the mental side either. Mindset, self-reflection, and mental optimization are a big part of it, because I know performance is not decided only in your body, it's decided in your head. So now there really is no excuse. Download the Find the Form app from the App Store or Google Play and start today. Don't wait for a magical date. Don't wait for the next Monday. Pause this video and start now. Recovery, awareness, and sleep. To make the picture complete, we have to include these two, even though this is the last list about money. Recovery isn't a money problem. It's much more the result of how the first two blocks work together. Without them, this part is useless, and I will tell you why. Sleep is not a premium service, and still it's the area most people completely neglect. I fully understand that at the end of a long, exhausting day, you don't want anything except to turn on a movie, sit down, and let your brain melt while you watch some pointless film. But it's important to say it out loud. That's not real recovery. That's quick dopamine. The exact same pattern as junk food. Short relief, long-term, zero progress. That doesn't mean you can never do those things again. That was never the point. The point is giving priority to what actually refuels you. Not taking everything away, but setting an order. Making sure there's time for what matters, not only what's easiest. And you don't need to buy a pharmacy to support recovery. There are a few basics that truly matter. Creatine is one of the most researched and most useful supplements, not only for performance, but for recovery too. Magnesium supports the nervous system and sleep quality. Vitamin D plays a key role on a hormonal level, and the good quality omega-3 supports joint and inflammation control. That's it, not more. But the biggest factor is not supplements. It's the fact that going to bed on time costs nothing. Watching one meaningless movie less costs nothing. Scrolling 40 minutes less costs nothing. Resting consciously costs nothing. It's a decision. And when you start training, your body gets real stimulus. You get physically tired too, not only mentally, and that's crucial. A lot of people can't sleep because they are mentally exhausted, but physically they are still running. They sit all day, then they lie down and their brain keeps working. That's why they toss and turn at night. I also understand that everyday problems, stress, thoughts can keep someone's mind busy. But if you zoom out and look from above, changing your lifestyle is not only about your body. It affects how you handle problems in life, because your capacity grows mentally and physically. You become more resilient, more energetic. You stop feeling constantly worn out during the day. Your hormonal system also runs more optimally. Your sleep improves, your mood stabilizes, you recover faster. And when these things come together, believe me, they add up. And then not only do you look 1,000 times better, you function better as a human being, at work, in your relationships, in life. And as we reach the end of the video, I want to say this honestly. Often the most exhausting part is not finding topics or making videos. It's the feeling that so many people live with their hands pressed to their ears, like that monkey emoji, like they don't want to hear what actually matters. That's why the zero step is not even making good content. The first step is taking your hand and pulling it away from your ear so the information can finally land. How important this is, how much your life can change in relatively short time, with relatively little energy invested, with relatively little money invested. And still, it can raise your quality of life, your awareness, your thinking to a level many people don't even dare to dream of because they never experienced it. But it gives you freedom, it gives you energy, it gives you confidence, and it opens doors in your life that bring completely new directions. So I'm asking you, after this video, sit down for a minute and think about how you've approached this topic so far. Training, your lifestyle. And forget the idea that's only about doing push-ups. See the big picture behind it, where it leads. Movement is life. I know in modern society this often feels like something insignificant, but don't forget how many billions of people live on this planet. And in a system like this, the crowd will always be guided in a direction. That's not an accident. The question is whether you want to step out of that matrix, whether you want to succeed as an individual, whether you want to reach a level most people will never experience. I'm genuinely curious about your thoughts on this. I'm not asking a guided question now. Just write what you think. Share this video with the people you've talked about this with. Family, friends, because everyone has heard excuses from someone at least once. And I believe we have a responsibility to help each other. That's why I'm doing this. And if you need guided help and you don't want to leave your development to chance, the Final Form app is here. For less than the price of one personal training session, you can train for a full month with workouts, nutrition guidance, 20 years of professional experience, mental optimization, a recipe collection, and home-friendly convenience. You save the gym membership, the travel, the time, no excuses. Download it from the App Store or Google Play and start moving. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got value, subscribe and leave a supportive like. And if you want to learn how to improve your posture with 5 simple exercises to counter the effect of desk work, click this video right here or check out one of the playlists. Thanks again for being here. I'm Adam Deres. See you next Sunday in a new video. And never forget, training is just the first step. The real change is you.